We continue with Sonic Month and Sonic Mania. Okay. Alright, same rules apply here. So today basically we are doing, you know, if I get a game over with Sonic and Tails, I do Sonic. Get a game over with him, I do Tails. And if I get a game over with Tails, I go ahead and do Knuckles here. So that's what we're looking at today. Eventually, maybe I'll do it in order. I eventually want to get this beat so I can go ahead and try out some. Actually, let's see. I want to really do a let's play of Sonic Forces, actually, and start a new game. Today I'm like getting my ass kicked. I mean, excuse me, it's very late. This is a last minute thing, because I didn't do a let's play for the last 2 days. Can't really think of the reasons why. I mean, yesterday I was like, you know, I had a beer or two and I ended up falling asleep, which my intent was actually to do the let's play, you know, a little inebriated. Hopefully I could beat this level today. I mean, even if I don't play as the other characters, I at least want to get far. I'm getting really sick and tired of those stupid-ass light bulb bug thingies. I'm gonna tell you why. For starters, the first reason is because it's summer. And you know what happens in summer? A little thing I like to call mosquitoes, spiders, and all sorts of other critters like to come out, and you know what? I'm like a mosquito magnet. These sons of bitches bite me. It's kind of like these stupid-ass laser bugs. Like, seriously, I was outside a few minutes ago. I was trying to draw, and one of those fuckers bit me. That's not convenient. You want to go the other way now. Touché. So you know what? Actually, I realized something the other day. Let me focus and kill these guys, and I'll tell you what I realized. It's actually Sonic related, so... Man, Tails, you should fucking pull your weight and try and get that fucking thing. Oh. You know what pisses me off about this Sonic Mania? At least for the Sonic CD theme level, they should have had the flowers come out of the robots, like the seed, like they did in Sonic CD. Damn it, no shield or rings came out. Anyways, what did I realize? Well, I was actually playing, you know, to test out my Mega CD, which came in the mail a few days ago. Tuesday, I believe. I was testing that shit out. And I was playing Sonic CD for a little bit. And, like, you know, I did the specials, the first level and the special stage. No, we are going back, speaking of special stages. I want to get that. Somehow. Somehow I have to find my way into that hole. So let's go ahead and find our way into that, how you say, the hole. And I was playing Sonic CD, right? And you know, I've been playing this game a lot lately, and I come to realize a few things. One, that definitely not. I asked myself a while back, could Sonic CD, I mean, could the Mega CD handle Sonic Mania? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So that answers that question to that. And it's weird, Sonic CD is like my favorite game of all time. But, you know, playing it on the Mega CD, compared to, you know, so many years of playing it on the iPhone, you know, it was like a little bit over, I want to say a little bit over 20 years since I played Sonic CD on the Mega CD up until this point. But finally playing it, you know, it looked a little grainy. I mean, we've come a long way in HD graphics, but that doesn't mean the game doesn't look beautiful. It's just that Chris Whitehead really knows what the fuck he's doing when it comes to programming and remastering. And I see why Sega hired him to do this game. And if you don't believe me, which I know some of you guys are going to be skeptical, like, oh, he's not as good as Sega. Play it on the iPhone. Play Sonic 1 on the iPhone, Sonic 2 on the iPhone, and also go ahead and play, what's it called? Sonic CD on the iPhone. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You'll be all like, Jordy Wales was right here, man. I mean, this guy really knows how to fucking program shit. I mean, he knows his shit enough for Sega. You know, Takashi Iizuka himself, you know, the legend, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Takashi Iizuka, for him to come up and say, yo, Mr. Whitehead, Taxman, we need you to program some shit. We need you to make, we need you. Why can't you do it? That was probably the first thing he asked. And that's probably where Mr. Iizuka answered, was like, because I don't fucking want to. Because low-key, you know what, if it wasn't, people could clown on the fact that, you know, two Western people are impacting Sonic the Hedgehog right now. Ruby Eclipse, Aaron Weber, and, what's it called, Christian Whitehead, and, or what else, what have you, a few other, even Tails channel to some extent, but they're actually shaping the face of Sonic the Hedgehog, if you think about it. You know what, fuck that special stage, I can always go back and get it. You know, my job here is just to play the video game and talk shit so much. You know, I don't have, it's just my impression as I play it. You know, eventually I'll go back, and then when I finish it, I'll give a review. Besides, I want to beat this level anyways. Alright, we've done this song and dance enough. Let's beat this level tonight. Or this morning, because what, it's technically like, what, 1 o'clock? I don't know, I haven't looked at my clock in a while. And actually, I do want to say something right now. The future for Sonic the Hedgehog, the future for gaming, I think, you know, is not the corporate EAs, you know, it's not the Ubisofts, not even the Sega. I think what we're going to see is a trend of maybe we're looking at the end of game systems itself. I think this generation may be the last, not just for games, but for PC too. I think that we're looking at like an integration of like some sort of entertainment system of sorts, where it connects to the whole house. I mean, who knows how advanced artificial intelligence is getting. But I could be wrong though, because you know, how long do systems last? Usually 8 years? 8 years in technology, you know, it is a long time. I mean, anyway you think about it. Things can both advance, or things can regress, or whatever else that have you. But anyways, the future of gaming, I think, is the independent game studio, the independent gamer. I mean, look at this, a big studio, I want to say multi-billion-dollar. Let's give them credit. I think Sega's multi-billion. I don't know. Asked a humble Australian man to make this game, and he did a damn good job. In fact, as good as some of their past developers, such as Oshima, such as Yuji Naka, such as Yu Suzuki. Ah, fuck you, Metal Sonic. I think tonight's the night where I beat this guy, if he stops acting brand new. Metal Sonic, you know, you were there in 1993. You know, Sonic beat you, and you were there in 2003 for Sonic Heroes. Guess what? Sonic beat you again. What was that, 2004? I was actually reading on Wikipedia about Sonic X and Sonic Heroes. It was a very interesting read if you think about the article. Basically, Yuji Naka commented in 2003 that 2003 was the year of Sonic. I don't know, I kind of thought that Sonic Heroes was fucking mediocre. Even back then I was slightly disappointed. I mean, I was excited when I got the game. Because I was excited actually for a few reasons. One, that was the first Sonic game on PS2. Now, the other reason is, you know, it was the first one in the main series since, like, Sonic Adventure 2, which I was really, you know, it was a continuation of a story that I thought had pretty much ended. Some fans have tried to speculate and say that Unleashed was the last Sonic game. I don't know any what's it called for it? I don't know if there's any truth to that, but I can tell you this. Sonic Adventure, I believe, was, because at that time, they didn't even know if they were going to still be in business. The Dreamcast had failed. But anyways, yeah, so Yuji Naka called 2003 the year of Sonic. Because of the release of Sonic Heroes, the Happy Meal promotion, and Sonic X. See, Tails is pulling his weight this round, and I like that. He's... Oh, we beat it! Just like that. See, Tails, you get a gold star because you pulled your weight. You know what's weird? In Sonic Forces, this is actually one of my favorite levels in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And actually, the only Sonic water level I enjoy. I hate Sonic water levels. Especially Labyrinth Zone. Now, if you want to know my most hated zone in a Sonic game, it is Labyrinth Zone, and that stupid-ass zone from Sonic Adventure 2 where you're in the space station and you're Sonic before Sonic gets blasted out to space. Spoiler alert, if you haven't played it. If you haven't played it, No, I think that game's like 18 years old now. Wait, 2001? Well, it's old enough. It's old enough for half y'all to have fucking played that game. If you haven't played that game, you've been living on a rock. Don't tell me you've never had a GameCube and you've never popped in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. In fact, that's the only reason some of y'all had it. That was the only reason I bought a GameCube. Actually, I cannot lie to you. I bought a GameCube because, as unfortunate as this sounds, I wanted to play, and I bought Shadow the Hedgehog, which I think I mentioned in a past episode about how the guy told me not to buy that game because it was crap. Or I might have mentioned it on the Sonic message board on Facebook. Okay, so the story goes like this. It was New Year's Eve, and I had worked for my grandfather's ironwork factory, which was in Burbank. I worked for it for about a, a few days. I'm trying to focus on this game. And I made $100. What did I do with that money? Well, one thing I did was, besides buy a pizza and some junk food, whenever this thing will let me get up, I'll be able to tell the story. Anyways, I bought a pizza and some junk food, and I ended up buying... On my way back, I was all like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a game. Because I already had a DS, I already had Sonic Rush, which was actually the better game between the two, and I thought it would be the other way around. I thought Shadow would be the better game, but no. I got... okay, so I'm at GameStop, right? And I'm like, I heard it was shit, but I'm gonna buy it anyways. So I buy Shadow the Hedgehog. I take it to the cashier, and the guy's all like, don't buy this game. And I'm like, why? He's like, because it's crap. I'm like, well, yeah, I know, but it's a Sonic game, and I gotta keep it real. And one guy's like, no, it's not a Sonic game. And I was like, oh, no. But anyway, he tried to talk me out of buying it, and instead, luckily, or unluckily for me, they didn't have a copy of Fire Emblem, but they had a copy of Shadow, and the guy's like, tell you what, I feel so bad that you're buying this shit. I'm gonna give you the receipt, and I'll give you a full refund if you don't like it. Mind you, this was GameStop, which are notoriously, you know, they don't really do that shit like they did back then. They used to be really bad with that. But no, it worked out. I walked out with the game. Knew it was gonna be shit, but I didn't think it was gonna be as shitty as it was. No, that game was ass. Yeah, I believe I mentioned that in the past live stream. As for Sonic 06, yes, unfortunately I've had the dishonor of playing that crap. I ended up buying it at a Blockbuster, used. I think for like, actually, it was my first paycheck from when I worked at this restaurant called Coco's. I bought it for like $11 or something like that. It wasn't enough for me to be all like cry about, but the game was fucking scratched up. It was fucking terrible, in terrible condition. But like it worked, and it was enough to work that I played it, I beat it, and I'm surprised I did not commit suicide, because that game is just the fucking worst thing I've ever fucking played in my life. I think I was talking about that with somebody on Facebook recently, about, there was like he posted a meme of video games that you regret. Sonic 06, I definitely regret. I regret paying that $13. That $13, looking back, could have gone to something more important. Like shit, what do 17-year-olds... I was 17 at the time. What do 17-year-olds like to spend money on? I don't know. Fucking energy drinks? Fucking, I don't remember. So long ago. I just fucking... Yeah. Oh yeah, speaking of the word fuck, I was informed that I should not use it as much because it could affect my this video getting monetized in the future, but, you know, I don't really see anybody really watching this. So it's just kind of, you know, fun to play video games and talk shit. And if you are watching this, hello. If you're watching this in the future, now, in the past, you fucking rule. But yeah, no, it's just, this is just for fun. Eventually I'll tone down the cussing, but for right now I think this is, you know, I like to not have a filter, you know, I'm playing video games and it's real life, you know? I mean, Sonic can teach you a lot about real life and, you know, whatever you need to do within your life, and Sonic the Hedgehog is a good metaphor. Like, you just gotta go fast. You gotta have an orange fox follow you and a girl with pink hair chase you, which that has not happened to me yet. And that's kind of good because I don't think I would really want a radical feminist chasing me, to be honest with you. But I don't really think Amy's a feminist, but assume she was for a second. How terrible would that be? Alright, get the air. And of course, if you're underwater, you know, you need air. You know, Sonic teaches you about real life. That's real life. I mean, if you're in a swimming pool, I don't think there's air bubbles, but you're gonna need some air. And Eggman, I'm surprised he can swim, how fat he is. He's dropping bombs, too. Oh, that's how he does it. So yeah, would you all like to see me stream Sonic Forces next? I mean, what I'm thinking about doing is, if I don't beat this by Sunday, I might just somehow stream Forces. The problem is the cutscenes. The Elgato, I gotta get my new headphones soon. And shout out to, I don't think he's watching this, but another friend of mine on Facebook was telling me about these headphones I should really get. They have good playback, so I'll probably check those out. This is like a reverse of the stage from what's it called, that one Sonic game, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, where you do that, where Eggman does that to you with the bombs. And he's dropping bombs. That's what he did. He left the keys in his car. I mean, in his hovercraft, whatever. And, well, you know, it's my duty. To kick his ass because he left it in his hovercraft. He should have thought about that. He should have took out his keys, but he didn't. And that's why he got his ass kicked. I don't think Eggman thinks, because I can tell you this: if I was an evil villain, one thing I would do is, one, I wouldn't swim and drop bombs while a blue hedgehog jacks my vehicle, uses it to destroy my breathing apparatus. It blows up in my face, and I got the smoke in my face. So what the hell am I supposed to do? God, Eggman is dumb. I see why, you know, in some video games he's not the main villain. For instance, you know, that would be Chaos in Sonic Adventure. Metal Sonic and Sonic Heroes. I mean, he did play a good main villain in Sonic Adventure 2, but he ended up being good at the end, which actually was very moving. It was very... See, if Sega was smart, which I know they weren't. I know they weren't, because they made Shadow the Hedgehog. They should have kept Shadow dead. I've said it before, and I've said it again. Shadow is a cool character. He's one of my favorites. I'd say right after Sonic himself. But like, you should have kept him dead. You just had, not because I hate the character, because you had such a fucking perfect ending in Sonic Adventure 2. Like, one of the best gaming endings of all time. You know, the heroes win, but one of the heroes dies. And then, like, it's somber. The ending is just so somber, and it just has a soothing mood. But no, what do they do? What do they do? Okay, because we want to be greedy assholes, as we've always been, and make a fucking spin-off. Yeah, let's make a spin-off that nobody wanted. Not the fans, at least. Yuji Naka and Takashi Iizuka have said, oh, it's because people were writing letters that Sonic should have a gun. The only people I know who were writing letters like that, who wanted him to have a gun, were these people who were telling me in school, Sonic sucks, play Grand Theft Auto. Those are the only idiots who wanted to have Sonic to have a gun. Anybody else, you know, was like, that would fuck up the gameplay. So, but what we get, we got a heap load of dog shit. Now, with Shadow the Hedgehog, how would it have worked? Let's talk about how we could have saved Shadow the Hedgehog, since we're talking about the blunders of Sega as we play this wonderful game. One, it shouldn't have been made, but you know them. They like a buck in any way they can. They like Ed, Edd n Eddy. So, picture Ed, Edd n Eddy as Sega. Okay. They like a buck, but how else? How else could we have saved this heap of shit? Well, you could have made it into a movie like Advent Children with CGI. Don't tell me you couldn't have done that. Square did it with Final Fantasy, and the CGI in Shadow the Hedgehog looked fucking amazing. Now that game had the best CGI up until Unleashed came out, or World Adventure. It looks like we may not be able to get through the other files. I mean, the other files of the other characters tonight. I mean, truth be told, I wish I could just do this all day. Play this for like 4 or 5 hours straight, take a lunch break, and this would be my career. But you know what? I didn't get to choose that path in life. How many times do I have to kill you, Eggman? Oh, come on, Eggman. You're a fucking asshole. So he stole the mini. So they switched it. The mini boss is the final boss for this stage, and the final boss is the mini boss for the stage in Sonic 3 Knuckles. You know, these SpaghettiOs make me want some rings. I mean, these rings make me want SpaghettiOs. It's late and I'm hungry. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I always thought those rabbits looked like Bugs Bunny. I always thought that was Bugs Bunny, you know? Every time I saw the little stuffed Bugs Bunny at Magic Mountain, I would think that's Bugs Bunny. See, Knuckles got knocked down. Knuckles unfortunately got his ass kicked. I mean, if I was Sonic, I'd be kind of concerned right now. I'd probably try and go down and get my friend. He got his ass kicked. He got knocked off of a biplane. You know, yeah, I know Knuckles can fly, but like, you know, he can glide, but that still kind of sucks. I mean, can you imagine this? You're on a biplane. You know, you're having some brews, or you know, or whatever. I don't know what you would be doing on a biplane personally, but you're on a biplane, and some fucker in a top hat comes and knocks you off your fucking friend's airplane. You're falling down. I mean, yeah, you could fly, kinda, but you just glide. You know, what would you do? You would be pissed. I would be mad too. I would try and find the guy with the top hat and kick his ass, because I think that guy deserves to have his ass beat. I'd open up a can of whoop ass on him, just like I did on those stupid ass armadillos. Okay, so shout out to Steven Ivanov. Okay, Mr. Ivanov, no, this is actually not deluxe, this is just the regular edition of Sonic Mania. I don't know when it comes out in Russia, but in America it comes out in July, August. So if that answers your question. Alright, I saw somebody online do this. I'm gonna see if I can do it. Okay, that's a ripoff. They only start you with 9 or 8 rings. What is she? No, this is regular Sonic Mania. Yeah, that stage sucked. Yeah, no, I think there's like a little translation error, but if I could type right now, my hands are kind of tied with the control, Stefan. It is just regular Sonic Mania. When I get Mania Plus, I'm going to do a Let's Play of that too. I wasn't even paying attention, I was responding to the chat, and I didn't even get hit. I didn't lose any rings, wow. Read my nick. The guy says, read my nick. Okay, I will. just let me beat this robot, man. I mean, this guy's beginning to piss me off. This robot, slug, worm, whatever it is. I don't know what the hell this robot is, but it needs to die. It needs to get its ass beat. Why won't you die? My headphones are falling off. I'm a mess tonight. I'm a mess, folks. Oh, you dick. Well, at least somebody died. That's a terrible thing to say. It's a really terrible thing. Can you imagine somebody saying that? Well, at least somebody died. And see, there's the guy, there's that asshole again with the top hat. I swear to God, if I see that guy on the streets, if I see that robot son of a bitch on the streets, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna kick his ass. He likes showing his worm to people. He likes showing his worm. Sonic's technically 15 years old and Tails is 8. And this son of a bitch likes showing his worm to a 15 and 8-year-old. Oh, come on. I hit your ass. But I do love the scrolling effect of this. Asshole! Look at that worm's face. You can't, that's a face only a mother can love. It's kind of cute. So I guess I can love it too. Woogie boogie. Okay, that worm is pissing me off. Big worm. This may be one of the most annoying Sonic bosses I've ever played. Speaking of Shadow the Hedgehog, that has the second most annoying boss battle. Actually, all the boss battles in Shadow the Hedgehog are annoying. Not because they're hard, but because they're repetitive and stupid as fuck. The bosses were fucking lazy in that game. Devil Doom? Come on, the names they were coming up for them. Black Bowl? So now, some people have accused Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic Boom Rise of Lyrics being worse than Sonic 06. No, that's like saying having diarrhea is worse than throwing up. I mean, they're both kind of bad. You don't want to really have them, you know. Like if you're like shitting your pants all day and fucking vomiting. Look, I'm not trying to be gross, but you know, Sonic 06 and Shadow the Hedgehog is shit and vomit. Like you take a shit, you throw up, and then you urinate on it. That's what Sonic 06 is to me. That game is shit with piss. And there are... Same song and dance. Gotcha. I see a pattern with you. So basically you have to follow the dirt in the background. Oh, come on. Now that I can beat this guy, or know how to beat him. Oh, I beat him! Well, Sonic, don't give me that fucking look. You just beat him. Wait, so there's ground there the whole time? There was ground? There was ground? I could have jumped off the plane? Okay. See, Tails, that's what you get. I already got the rings. But I give Classic Tails more credit than Forces Tails, because Classic Tails has nuts. But you know what's weird about Sonic Forces? I beat that game the other day, but that's not the weird thing about it. The weird thing about it is this. Why wasn't Classic Tails in that game? I mean, you had Classic Sonic, and he's just palling around with modern Tails. Oh, you son of a bitch. I always thought that was cool how you can run on some seltzer water. I mean, how many video games can you run on some seltzer water? Not too many. You think you would be able to in Cuphead. Now this has to be one of my favorite boss battles of all time, partly because of the nostalgia boner I get, which is raging. I'm gonna shoot nostalgia glue everywhere in a few minutes. Yeah, take that, Knack the Weasel. That's a suggestive name, Knack the Weasel. Yeah, this game is giving me such a nostalgia boner, I'm gonna Knack the Weasel. I can tell you one thing about Being the Dynamite. That guy is like troll to use in Fighters Megamix on Sega Saturn. However, one fucking thing that annoys me about that fucking thing is this. If you've played that game, and the computer is out, the computer will just straight fucking cheat, just pecking. It's like a pecking order with it. Same thing as in Sonic the Fighter. The character's a fucking ripoff. Take that, Knack, you asshole. Knack is a member of the NRA. And now we are in Venice Beach. Actually, no, I like Venice Beach. But, you know, this is pretty much represents the industrial parts of Los Angeles near the ocean. And in fact, we're pretty much, you can just pretty much call this game Smog, the 101 freeway. See, it's not an ocean. What they're not telling you in this game is it's not an ocean in this level. It's actually, what you're doing is you're overlooking the wash in LA, and this is like the 101 freeway in the future, like 200 years from now. This is the 101 freeway, what it looks like. You got robotic octopuses shooting you and shit. Did y'all hear about that stupid-ass theory that one person wrote in a peer review that he believes that octopuses are aliens? What an idiot. I think it was a group of people. How dumb do you have to be when you know damn well they're not? I mean, yeah, they look weird, but we have fossil records to prove that they're from Earth. Not to mention we share DNA. We share a lot of DNA with animals, but we share some, you know, that's one of the organisms. And the chances of that happening with a quote-unquote alien species is extremely slim, let alone I am pretty sure an octopus egg, which needs moisture, cannot survive the vacuum of space. I'm not going to even call him scientist. That loony who wrote that periodical is a piece of shit. And he needs to go back to science class. But then again, this is the same world where somebody wrote a periodical about them identifying as a hippopotamus. I mean, you know, I once identified as a hippopotamus, but that's because I ate like 50 pies. Not 50 pies. I'd be lying to you. It was more or less like, I don't know, it was a lot of pie. It was like a lot of slices of pie. It was like 4 or 5 pies worth of slices in one day. I used to work at the Coco's and they had pies, and I bought a few of them because there was always some left over for Thanksgiving, and I took 4 or 5 home for literally nothing, and I ate most of them in one day. I actually ate them all. See, I miss being 21 because you would drink. All I would do is like drink beer. No, I was 20. Drink beer and eat pie. Simple lies, but you know. You get driver's license, you don't want to get DUIs, you know, you get work responsibilities, you know, you don't want to be an alcoholic. I mean, don't get me wrong, and plus, you know, I don't like really getting drunk. My poison was always tobacco and marijuana, you know? It's not as messy, and you can function on those two things. You know, you can drive with a cigarette. Oh, yeah, we need that. Even better. And I got an achievement. 2-fer. So, I achieved something today. So when people tell you you can't achieve anything, just tell them that that Jordy Wales once got 2 shields in a Let's Play. This is, folks, is an accurate depiction of Los Angeles at 5 on on the freeway. This is exactly what happens. And then you have to pull a switch. You have to get out of your car. Somebody has to take one for the team and pull that switch, so the smog disappears. My question is though, this is like carbon monoxide smoke and like ammonia and methane and like stuff like that. How is Sonic not like, how does he not have like cancer? Like he was in a radioactive factory a few levels ago, and now he's in like a oil field basically with a bunch of smog and carbon monoxide, and he's still alive. How are you still alive, Sonic? Tails too. And these guys have fur. Shouldn't their fur, like, how you say, have like fallen off by now? Especially because there's fire now, all that tar. Oh, I lost my fire shield. That was kind of cool though. I make the whole thing burn. You know, make it burn. But technically, the whole thing should be on fire. Then, including the metal. The metal should be melted already. Theoretically, I mean, I say you can learn a lot in life about Sonic the Hedgehog, but one thing you can't learn is how smog works. But don't take my word for it. You should all talk to a scientist. But unless you feel like they're getting you lying, or they're lying and getting you pissed. You know, like fucking magnets, how do those fucking things work? You know? But like next time I want to know that how magnets work, I'm not gonna ask a scientist, because Shaggy 2 Dope and his song Miracles, you know, with the group ICP, he basically said this. He wants to know how it works, so I'm gonna ask them, because maybe they figured it out without talking to a scientist. Okay, so we're going into a submarine that's going under murky oil water. My question is, who the fuck is piloting this submarine? But you know, have you guys ever played these games and wondered one thing? Where does Eggman get the money to build machines and traps? Do you think like he's getting some black budget fund from like a government somewhere? Or something? I mean, think about it for a second. This should be me. It turned my rings into Dr. Manhattan. Oh god, this boss is a piece of shit. Oh, you asshole. Let's see if the Sonic 2 trick works here. And if you're not familiar with that trick, in Sonic 2, if you do this enough, this is how I've beaten him in the past. Oh, well, he beat me today. Like a bad monkey. I have 5 minutes left in this stream, and we accomplished things. We beat 2-3 levels. So let's spend the last 5 minutes in Studiopolis. I think that's a good way to end the night. You have to always end the night in a bang. You know? At least end it with a kiss or something. But since I can't do that tonight, we're gonna end it with Studiopolis. So the next question for next week's, or not next week's, for next stream's topic is, do you like, when you play Sonic Mania, do you like playing with Sonic and Tails, or do you like just playing with Sonic? And this could be any Sonic game, Sonic 3 Knuckles, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic Advance. What is your preference? Shout out in the comments for next stream. And the best answer, I'll probably go ahead and do something. Maybe I'll go ahead and give you a shout out. I don't know. Give you a virtual hug, a virtual beer. You know, a virtual fist bump. I'm not talking about the song either. So I have 3 minutes on the clock. Do you think I could at least beat the first act tonight? Before I go to bed? Before I send you guys off to your guys' bedtimes? You guys get to hear my wonderful voice serenade you before you all go to bed? Before I go to bed, at least in California. So it's like probably damn near 2 AM. I don't know, I haven't looked at the clock in a while. I've just been focused on playing this video game. Okay, he's gonna get that. With 2 minutes on the clock, can I do it? Well, it doesn't matter anyway. I think I have to start back at Act 1 anyways, if I turn off the PlayStation 4. But let's just do it so we did it, because, you know, it's always good to get practice. Explosion. Did I just pass a Kodak sign? Or Koduck, like in the movie Down and Dirty Duck? Koduck. Instead of Kodak, it had all these duck puns. Some people like that movie, some people don't. It's actually one of my favorites of all time. Like in my top 50. I mean, yeah, it's a blatant knockoff of Fritz the Cat, but fucking Flo and Eddie. And the Turtles. But yeah, I agree, it is the equivalent of bathroom graffiti. But anyways, I'm rambling on. With 15 seconds on the clock, can Jordy Wales defeat this robot son of a bitch? Oh. 2 seconds. Ooh, I did it! Anyways, this has been Jordy Wales Gaming. Thank you for watching the live stream. Any questions or comments, leave them at the door. Have a good night.